Hi, Cancer. I started talking and I forgot to press record. So, okay. So this is your What They Can't Get Over reading for July 20th through August 19th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the link to the recommended reader shout out. There's two of them, the Cancerian channel and White Light Astrology. Love and support to them, and hopefully you can stop by and check them out. Give them a like and a support, or show them some love and like and subscribe to their channel if you like what they have to say. Lastly, this is intended to be a romantic read, but it may resonate in other areas of your life, such as love, friendship, family, money, career, that sort of thing. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Wheel, the Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, High Priestess, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and 10 of Swords. All right, so we've got, this is about someone coming back. I don't think they ever really have gotten over you two ending, because we have an ending here. This is someone that wants to come back in. They've kind of been doing their own thing for quite some time, and they really would like to come back home, where their emotional home is. This is someone that is still kind of idealizing and romanticizing their connection with you. Could be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aquarius, Pisces, or Cancerian, Virgo. All right, so it's interesting because they want to come back, but something's keeping them away. Why? Why is it? What's going on here? What's this Wheel of Fortune about? They're thinking about it. They want to, but what's this Wheel of Fortune? Cancerian. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so now we got three knights. Interesting. What's this Ace of Wands about? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well that's random. Hold on a minute. I'll tell you in a minute. Sorry, it's kind of specific. What's this Ace of Wands about? Very interesting. King of Wands. Okay. The reason why I was like, oh, because this was all right. With knights, one of the things that they can mean is intimacy. Okay, and so we've got intimacy here, and then guess what? The most phallic symbol in the deck. So this is very specific. Doesn't have to be, but this could be somebody that has issues with intimacy and the physical side of things not working, or not being happy with the way the physical side of things are shaping up, or there's issues with the physical side of things regarding sex. Okay, because we got the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands here. It doesn't have to be. That's just, it kind of flew in there when I was like, oh, that's a penis, but it, okay. So anyway, this could be Sagittarius, but this is also, remember how I said they've been kind of riding for a long time and they kind of want to come back home, emotional home. They haven't done it yet. They haven't done it yet. Round and round they go, but they're not going to. I think they feel inadequate, or they feel like they're not ready yet. There's something still not right, or they still need to work on something. Or what's this High Priestess about? What's High Priestess about? King of Cups. There's Pisces. Pisces are Cancerian. Golly, this person just keeps spending this time thinking about it, okay, all right. What's this Eight of Pentacles? What's this Eight of Pentacles? 10, another 10. Good gracious. We got change and we got intimacy issues here. What's this 10? And it doesn't have to be physical intimacy. It could be emotional intimacy also. I mean, this is This is about being able to be real and raw with someone again. And there's I think there was some kind of damage to that. I mean, we got the Knight of Swords here. Sometimes that is about an explosive fight, and that could have been the precipitator or the thing that ended everything. And so we got the Ten of Wands here, Eight of Pentacles. What's this Four of Pentacles about? Oh. Okay, so that jumped the Star card. What's this Four of Pentacles about? Hold on a minute. I'm going to put it all together in a minute. Page of Wands. Oh. Okay, what's this Hermit about? What's this Hermit about? Page of Swords. Good gracious. Oops, 2 pages. All right. Page of Swords. Oh. What's this? They want you to do it. What's this Ten of Swords? They want, that's why they haven't come in, because they want you to do it. They want you to initiate conversation. They want you to reach out. They feel inadequate. And that's not a slam. I'm not saying, oh, no. This is somebody that on the outside, it looks like they're working on things and they're doing things and they're kind of doing their own life and they're going here and they're going there and they've been out and they've been dating, whatever. 1, 2, 3. Well, we got 3 nights. Wow. And doing lots of stuff and going here and going there, and by all intents and appearances are normal, right? Have recovered. If this is an ending we're talking about, or that you two as a couple are, you're fine. But this is someone that feels shame and inadequacy. They're not the person that you first met, or they're feeling like they've got a few things that you don't know about. This does feel like a situation where you are apart from boobies. I just saw that, boobies. It doesn't feel like you're with this person, so I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to speak in those terms. This could just be merely emotional distance in a relationship, but this feels like it's been a breakup, and a breakup that might have happened a little bit ago, or that has been a long time coming, and you've been emotionally detached anyway. But this is somebody that has been going out and doing their own thing. The relationship might have ended because of a fight, a blow up, but they've never quite fully let go of it. This, for me, the wheel always reads as, or one of the reads for me is to be continued. So this is somebody that's kind of still left things open-ended, but as much as they've been thinking about and kind of circling the drain on coming back or whatnot, they feel pretty inadequate. They don't feel like they can do it. They keep up appearances on the outside of being productive and working on things and working on themselves, and they're a good person and they're this and that. It's not about character. This is somebody, for some reason, that has some deep shame about something. There's something that they feel like they're very. It looks like they're a this person and they're a that person, but internally, like inside their head, what's going on emotionally and all of that, it feels like, we got this right here. This is somebody that feels like they're not enough. We got Page of Wands and Page of Swords and the Hermit and the Star card. This is somebody that is trying to come to grips with a deep inadequacy, or just feeling shame or feeling hurt, or just, and I think the reason why they would feel much more comfortable if you initiated contact is because they feel like, what am I going to offer this person? I don't have it in me to be something I'm not, or to try and talk myself up, or to be, hey, cool person that's like, hey, we should get some coffee sometime, or what. No, look, I never quite let you go. I still romanticize and idealize this relationship. I'm still in love with you, but I'm kind of not the same person. I really feel like this has to do with sexuality and intimacy between you two, and this might have gone by the wayside, and it might have been, this very possibly could be physical issues with sexuality. If it's not that, it's someone that just can't bring themselves to make the first move to reach out because of the issues of shame and feeling like they need to protect themselves, and they want things to work out, but it's kind of like this procrastination thing that it's this off in the future. More time. I need more time. I'm going to go back out on my horse. I'm going to, go visit someplace. I'm going to go out and make the rounds or do whatever. And I really would like to come home emotionally, but I just can't bring myself to it. And this is somebody that is not going to initiate. They're not. So if that's what you're waiting for, if this is even something you want, right? I didn't plan for this to be a reconciliation read, but it's looking like they want that, but there's issues. They're kind of closed off and shut down, and any kind of healing or whatever. It's, look at this. We got the Knight of Pentacles, we got the High Priestess, we got the King of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, and that's all about conserving energy and kind of standing or staying where you're at, not reaching out. This is kind of being guarded, pulling within, hunkering down, staying still, that sort of thing. So, and then we've got the wish for healing right here, or wanting things to kind of resolve and heal and be better over time. And you throw in a little soul searching. So this is somebody that is probably hoping that you'll reach out, that you'll initiate, because why would they come back in what they don't feel like they have anything to offer? Honestly, they feel like they're somebody that's just kind of like, hey, I'll work with you, or it looks like, it looks like to everybody else that, oh, they're such a cool person, they're this or that or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think they don't think of very highly of themselves, or they don't think they have, or they don't have a lot of confidence. They don't have a lot to offer. It's just someone that might even look like they're too busy, or they got a lot going on. They're going a lot of places, doing a lot of things. Don't really have time. I'm so, burdened. I'm just doing this and that. Got a lot going on. But they keep it that way because they just are in self-protective mode, and it's like they want to be too busy to date. They want to be too busy to have to make an effort to have more of a social life or a romantic life. And part of that is because they're still romanticizing and fantasizing about this relationship that they have with you. They are not doing anything yet, not because they don't feel something, but because they honestly don't know, after quite possibly this falling out that happened, what they would say, since they feel maybe that's what they feel, maybe that's where the shame is. That's what it is, perhaps, that they feel guilty about why the relationship ended because they feel like it's their fault. So yeah, they want this back, but what could they possibly say if they feel like they're at fault for their relationship ending? Well, there's this thing called an apology, right? But for some reason, that's not occurring to them, and they want you to show some. I think they feel like it's over, and it would take you coming back and being like, look, warts and all, I want you, just you, and whoever you are. Maybe certain things aren't the same with you anymore in this way or that way or whatever. Well, at least, maybe we can work things out. Maybe we can talk about this, whatever. But I think this is somebody that is feeling guilt and shame, especially in light of the way things ended. And that, not me, but I feel it here. And this Knight of Swords, I keep zeroing in on that. And it's like there's been this huge falling out or something, and things were kind of just left. And they ended, and perhaps they felt like maybe you never really were going to take a chance with them, that you never really wanted to have things progress, and they might think that because they're coming from a position of shame. But this is somebody that is just kind of, They do a lot, but they don't ever really initiate anything. And it's not because they're a bad person, but there's issues of confidence here. And if there's going to be any kind of reunion or reconciliation, which they want, that's the only reason I'm mentioning this. I'm not saying, oh, you need to get back together. No, I'm saying, you can see it here. Well, I get, and I can feel it. You're not far from their thoughts, but they are not going to be the one reaching out. And the only reason it's even on the table is because it's what they want, but they're not going to do it. Why? Because of shame. They felt like they weren't good enough for you to want to take the next step with. And so that's been and there were issues of shame and confidence before you two got together. So now that you're apart, it's kind of exacerbated. This is yet another failure for them, right? That's the way they see it. And they're really, at this stage, their focus has shifted to wanting to feel accepted for who they are. No more trying to be bigger than they are, or talk a big game or whatever. It's like their image is very important to them. This is somebody who wants to be seen as a certain way, like as a good person or a good worker or a romantic, or they have an image to uphold, whatever it is. And again, that's very important to them because internally or inside, what's going on in the soulscape, they feel ill-equipped. They don't feel like they're up to snuff. They feel like they're not good enough, or that they're just not enough. And so they do all these things on the outside. They work a lot. They participate. They go places. They do all this stuff to make it seem like they got more than they do on the inside, or to compensate for the lack that they feel on the inside. And this has been a very traumatic ending for them. There's a lot more going on underneath the surface than you probably realize, and the only thing that will undo it is you coming back to as a show of faith and resilience and belief in them, because this was they feel betrayed, and this was unexpected and out of the blue, and yet they think of you still. They still want some kind of connection from you, some kind of reaching out, some kind of interaction. Wow. Wow. Okay. So what would Cancerians person say to them? Can you imagine? I just got an idea. Can you imagine if these were like just those really hostile cards, like you can just burn in hell, and that's horrible, but right. What would Cancerians person? Oh, okay, this jumped. I didn't pick it. This fell out. I wish I could take back the things I said. Remember I kept mentioning an argument, or like an explosive fight, explosive argument. Okay. Wow. Now I want to pick one. What would Cancerians person say to them? Oh, Cancerians person say to them. No other compares to you. Look at that. This is, oh man, this is somebody, but it's funny, it's not guilt. This is an abiding shame. So this was present before you two got involved. This is something that this person has been dealing with all their life. And whatever explosive ending you two had that made them feel just so betrayed and hurt and just like, whoa, just literally pulling everything back and just wanting to hunker down and not feel, whatever happened, that has just exacerbated these long-standing feelings of shame and just not feeling good enough, and I don't know if I can do it, lack of confidence, all of that. Okay, so it's like they work and they do a lot of stuff to compensate for how small they feel inside, like how incapable or not confident and insecure they feel. And that's not a slam, it's just somebody who's trying to do the best they can with a very limited amount, what they perceive to be a limited amount. And it's always one of those things where you say, oh, be more confident, don't be so sensitive. Oh, that's just cruel. Nobody knows how somebody's day's gone, or even their life, or what. That's a lot easier said than done. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that that might not be the answer. Nothing wrong with having confidence, but I mean, to tell somebody as a fix it, that's just short-sighted. What else for Cancerian? Five of Swords. Time to make some decisions. This could be that you two need to clear the air. If that is the route. Again, this is general reading, your life, your call, your decision. But if you were that air needs to be cleared here, there needs to be some understanding reached. There needs to be, all right, let's cut to the chase. Let's get to the bottom of this. Because this right here, this Wheel of Fortune, That is a to be continued. It's not that it was left open-ended, it was just the way it ended. There's unfinished business here. There's unfinished business. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But if you do, it's going to take you having to go back to this person, or you shouldn't say go back. And you're going to be the one that's going to have to initiate, because they're thinking about doing it, but they haven't and they won't. And it's because of a lack of confidence. This is either a metaphor for someone not feeling physically confident, or this is literally somebody that just can't bring themselves to initiate something because they feel such a tremendous guilt, shame, lack of confidence, that sort of thing. All right. What else for cancerian? Okay, so I'm trying to think. Okay, so what else do you need to know? What else does cancerian need to know? Because it's obvious what your choices are, right? You could do nothing, fine, if you don't want this. If you do, you know where you stand there too. So if you want to do something. So what else does cancerian need to know? What does cancerian need to know? You know what? I'm going to reach out because I went to grab one and I dropped that one. I picked this one. I'm going to redo it real quick. What does cancerian need to know? There we go. All right. Oh, look. We got the Lovers. Yay. Okay, so I think this is about, because this is also about choice, Lovers. So this could be Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. I feel like this is saying it's about a choice. It's about a commitment. We've got the need to do that, to clear the air, to get down to the bottom of things. Should you decide, this could be you going, you know what, I'm walking away. I'm cutting this situation off for good. I don't think so. I don't think you're done with each other. I think there's more to be said. It is gonna, if it is to be said, it'll depend on you reaching out. This is saying, this is about a choice. It's pivotal. It's one of those very important decisions, choices, commitments, that sort of thing. It's a choice, or the decision to commit, the choice to commit. And we've got the Hermit here, which is doing some soul searching, trusting your inner guidance. Obviously, we got that right here too. But at the end of the day, this is also somebody that knows themselves and is going to heal themselves. So I feel like this, we got the Lovers here. I don't know. I mean, you may not want to hear it because you're like, oh God, it's going to be so cliche. But honestly, this feels like you two needing to have a heart-to-heart talk and get to the bottom of this. And this is kind of doubling down on that, because this is like the soul searching, right? And this is clearing the air. So this right here is about getting to the bottom of what's really going on. And exposing everything, and that's easier said than done, right? Because nobody wants the shower curtain ripped open when they've, finally gotten bare enough to. That's a bad analogy. Point being, it has to be done in stages. It's going to be tricky because nobody wants to be exposed, right? That's especially if they're feeling shame, guilt, sadness, grief, but insecurity. So it's going to be tricky, but this is saying get to the bottom of it post haste, cut to the chase. And this is that roundabout way with the soul searching. Both of these are about clearing the air, about coming to clarity after discovery. And this is self-initiated discovery of self, and this is making decisions, future decisions. So this isn't really about self-discovery so much. Sometimes it can be, but this is more about doing things decisively and efficiently for your own interest. I must be getting tired. Sorry. Point being, I just feel like this is about, I don't feel like it's over, and I feel like this is about a heart-to-heart talk about what do you both want to do? What do you both want to do? And this is clearing the air. This is having that heart-to-heart. But it's going to be up to you, because they're not coming back in. And then what do you, hey, I saw a reading on the internet and you and I are supposed to talk about recommitting to each other or not. Like, what's going on with your shame, So, this is somebody that's keeping their desire and their intent very hidden. And they do a lot of busy work on the outside, so nobody really knows how they feel. So if you two aren't in conversation, how are you supposed to know how they feel, right? So that's where it gets kind of tricky and dicey. But this is deciding either way, whether you're just going to walk away from the whole thing and scrap it, or if you're going to reach out and reconnect to them, or make an effort to, hey, I think we need to talk, whatever. And this is that, if you subscribe to that, or ascribe to that soulmate term, about that person that you're meant to be with. And there's lots of soulmates throughout our lives, and they're not all romantic. But this is the Lover's card, but this is more about a choice to commit and all of that. And so if you use the term soulmate, this is that. This is one of the indications of that, is the Lover's card. It feels like this isn't finished, unless you want it to be. It's up to you. But if you don't want it to be, it feels like they would be willing to talk to you about this. We've got the Hermit twice. So it's going to be like I said, it's going to be in steps, because they're not going to want to be exposed. But I think they would welcome the chance to explain themselves, or to talk, or to just the forgiveness, that you don't hate them or think they're a huge loser, or the absolution, perhaps. They would welcome that. Okay, I've done enough talking, and I think I'm getting a little cross-eyed here. I hope this was helpful. I hope you two find your way back to each other, or it works out somehow. I feel like, I don't know, it's almost like they need to be saved from themselves, just because they're just going to keep doing and going and cart flopping and wandering around and whatever, because this is still open-ended for them. And they might be completely shut down and not talking to you and guarding their emotions, and you never see them again if you don't do anything. And that's fine. Not saying you should, but just it's you're not far from their thoughts. I mean, look, at no other compares to you. I wish I could take you back. And the Star card and the Lover, this is somebody that's like, well, okay then, but if you showed up, if you initiated contact, this is showing that they'd be receptive, and that it's shame-based. That's why they haven't. They just feel like, what would I have to offer? I want to be accepted for who I am, but I don't think I'm worth much, or I don't think that's a whole heck of a lot. So even leading with that feels weird. Like, it's better just to keep working and doing and going, and I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is going to be, well, obviously up to you, but shutting up. Good gracious. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you luck with this. Hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.